Smai Pawb Sadaki. Hello everyone, how are we all? Right, welcome back to my channel and another video. Last Saturday was the World Cardmaking Day virtual online event at Stampin Up, and I made these two cards. They had 3 cards that they made all together. I didn't do one of them because I didn't like the stamp set particularly, so I didn't buy it, but I'd already got the Circle Sayings one, and then I bought this one, which is Heartfelt Hexagon. So it was great. It was quite a good event. It was 3 hours long, and they showed you some other bits and pieces in the middle and stuff, but it was quite good. Although I have to say, this card is probably the worst card I have ever made. I didn't stick any of it on straight. It's all on the wonk. I got ink everywhere. Oh, you should have seen me. I was in a right old state. I got ink everywhere. I got it all over my hands and everything I touched. It was a nightmare. I mean, to be fair, I didn't get any on the card base, which is a miracle. I also didn't do the banner how they did it. So, yeah, it's all right. Yeah. But, and the other thing I did was I used liquid glue, which I don't normally use. I normally use double-sided tape, Stampin' Dimensionals, or Stampin' Seal. I've run out of Stampin' Seal, which is like a tape runner thing, so I've bought a cheapy one from the local shop until my order arrives with my Stampin' Seal. So that was the Circle Sayings one, and this was the Heartfelt Hexagon. Now, I'm going to do them, the ones I'm going to do today are going to be slightly different to these. These ones, on these 2 bits, they stamped out, or punched out, a white hexagon, stamped and punched these bits and stuck them on to that, and then they had these very narrow bits that also got stuck on, and then they put it on the card base and then snipped off the excess bit that would have been standing proud at either end. Again, I wasn't that keen on this separate bit, so I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to change the sentiment as well. Also, I realise I'm very sadly lacking in embellishments, little sequiny things and pearls and whatnot, so I used what I had for that one, and because I didn't like this one, I didn't even bother putting anything on that one. So I'm going to stick those there, and then I'm going to get my bits to do the Circle Sayings. So Circle Sayings, you can buy the stamp set separately, or you can buy the punch separately. It's a 2 3/4 inch circular punch. I don't want to lift it up too much because the light will shine on the silvery bit. Or you can buy them together as a bundle, which is what I did. And it's got some nice things. It's got warm hello, because you're awesome, smile today, happy birthday, thank you, thinking of you, sending you a, celebrate, and a cupcake, a little sort of ray of sunshine thing, a sun and some waves, some nice shells and some nice flowers. So I'm going to be using the flowers today and the happy birthday for this card. I'll put any measurements of card and whatnot in the description box. What I've done is I got some of the in colour DSP and just punched out 2 semicircles. You see that? Yeah, 2 semicircles. On the original one we did on Saturday, we had a piece of card, a square piece of card, the same colour as the card base, and then they used the Stampin' Up marker pens to create the lines and then cut the half circles. I don't have Stampin' Up pens, so I just used my own, which was nearest I could find. So it wasn't too bad, but I thought I'd go for a slightly easier way of doing it and just chopping up some DSP. So I've got those. I've got this to stamp my sentiment on, and then I've got the banner. Now the banner, I actually cut the ends myself by doing the old snip across the middle and then cut up from the corners. But if you have a, oh, what's it called? Banners Pick-a-Punch. If you've got one of these, you could just as easily use that because this is the right width to go in there. If I'd have thought about that, I could have done that, but I didn't. And then I've scored it. Now I normally only use metric, but to be honest, it was easier to use the imperial. So this is scored at 1 inch and 1.5 inches, and then I turned it round and scored it again at 1 inch and 1.5 inch. So that's the banner. And there's my card base. I thought I'd do a different colour. Right, so I need to get my circle punch ready. I need to get my stamps and my ink pad. So I'm using Blueberry Bushel, which is the colour that we used on Saturday. And I'll do this one first. Oh, I might have put a bit too much ink on that. Let's give that a quick rub on my chamois. Sometimes it's the trouble with new ink pads, they're a bit juicy. So let's give that a go. I'll stamp it about there. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Give another wipe on my chamois. If you haven't got one of these, get one. They're brilliant. I mean, it looks disgusting, but it does. The ink stays in there. It doesn't come off. So you give it a good old wipe. Just keep it damp. And I keep it in an old stamp set case. You can buy those as well, blank, empty ones. So that's that. And then I'll do the banner while I'm about it. And then that's all the stamping out of the way. Yeah, that one's okay. So hold that right in the middle. Make sure you're not getting my head in shot. You don't want to see me grey roots. There we go. Happy birthday. Right, put the ink away before I get it everywhere. Right, so get my punch and just hold that in there where I can. I should have done it on a slightly larger piece of card really, then I would have something to hold on to. Okay. Is there enough on that to do something with? Possibly. I'll stick it there. I keep scraps for a while, and then if I get too many and I think, well, I haven't used any of the really small ones, then I just put them in the paper recycling. Now that needs to go across there like that, so that's fine. I don't need to chop anything off the bottom of that one. Right, so I will use my cheapy my cheapy tape runner. There and there. Now, I've tried a couple of ways of doing this and none of them seem to work, so I'm going to do it the same way that they did it on Saturday. So just give that a bit of a squeeze just to make sure it stays together. Okay, and then I'll get my Stampin' Dimensionals and I will put two, I think. Put one there and one there. Do I want a third one? I think I might put a third one on. and then just give it a little bend to give it a bit of a curve. Oh, managed to get a hair in there, don't want that. So take the back off that. And then stick that on there. Lovely. Right, then I need to put these two bits on, but I need to make sure A, they go on straight, and B, in the right place. So that's going to go there. Okay, so a bit of tape on there. Now make sure that is straight. That's right. Slightly wonky, but not as bad as last time. And then that will go there. So a bit of tape on there. Okay, that's that. And then can give that a little bend and some more dimensionals on the back of here. 1, 2, 3. And take the backs off. If I can get them off. You'd think with my nails the length they are, I'd manage all right. Not done that one. I must cut my nails, I can't bear them when they get long. Right, and then put that there. There we go. So that didn't take long. So that's quite nice. And then you've got the height here, and then you've also got the height under there. I wonder if maybe I ought to stick just one more. Yeah, see if I can stick one more. Just under there. Just to give it that bit of height. Yeah, that's better. Lovely. So then this one is light enough that you can write on the card, but sometimes if it's a darker card base, I'll put a sheet of, a stick of paper in and attach it at the top with a piece of very narrow DST, which I'll use here, which is, as you can see, very narrow, if you wanted to write on that. So there we go. So that's that one. So that's not so bad. Much better than that first one I did on Saturday. Oh, it was dreadful. I went straight in the bin. Well, no, it didn't go straight in the bin. I've obviously still got it here, but it did go in the bin, and then I got it out again. So what am I going to do next? Next I will do the one with the hexagon punch. So again, this is a bundle that you can get. Now, I say you can get. It may only have been available to demonstrators who were ordering it for the World Cardmaking Day thing. But I'm fairly sure that this is going to be in the January mini catalogue. Or it might be available online only. But I think it's going to be in the catalogue in January. So you get a hexagon punch, which is lovely. So you get this shape. But I'll show you something else that you can do with the punch. And then the actual stamps, you've got Mr. and Mrs. I hope your day is filled with joy. Let's eat cake. Sending you lots of love and hugs with sincere sympathy for you. And then there's a heart, a little leafy bit, a florally bit, a little flower, a squiggly thing. And then there's 2 hexagon shaped stamps. So I'm using this one today. So again, I've got, oh, funny enough, I've got the same coloured card base. There you go. Now with this one, you can use any scraps you've got, as long as they're long enough or wide enough for you to hold when you're punching them out. I tried to do it on a bit that was only just the same width and depth as the punch, and I was going, I can't do it, so I had to go and get some more. So I'm using Melon Mambo, Azure Afternoon and Lemon Lime Twist. So I've already stamped and punched these two bits. I'm going to stamp and punch the green bit in a minute, and I've already punched this bit, which is going to be the main bit, although I think I need to trim it down a little bit. But with the hexagon punch, if you just use it as a straight punch, you get that shape. Brilliant. But if you have a longer piece of card that I can't pick up, it has to be just the right width. You can push it in. I need more hands. And pull it through like this, which is how I got that. Pull it through and punch wherever you like. So you can have a long piece like that, you can have a tall piece like that. Then you can put it back in, pull it back through this way, and then have, let's get it straight, have something like that, so you can have it as wide as you like. That's a tip. That's one of the things that they did on Saturday. Right, so let's get rid of these little bits. Those bits definitely can go in the bin. So I'm going to need that again in a minute. I need to stamp on that. I need to stamp on that. So let's do the main sentiment, which I'm going to do in Azure Afternoon. So obviously you can use any colour card or any colour scraps, as long as the ink on these three is the same colour as the cardstock. So let's do that. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll put that there. Lovely. Now we did use Blueberry Bushel for the card on Saturday, and that would work as well, but I thought I'd use the Azure Afternoon, as I'd already got it out for that bit. Okay, so that's that bit. Ugh. And then I need to do the little bit for the green bit. So I'll do there we go. Now, actually, I don't think that's quite enough, so I will do it at the other end. I'll do that much. Yeah, that's a bit better. Oh, a bit of a wipe. Stick that over there. Now, the other thing I need to do now is these little flowers. Okay, so start in the middle. And then do the end and the other end, and then fill in the gaps. Lovely jubbly. A little wipe. See, I'm getting covered in ink again, but thankfully It doesn't seem to be spreading like it did. Okay, so let's put that ink away. Right, now I need to punch this out. Right, I find it much easier to stamp first and then punch, because if I punch first and then stamp, it all goes horrible. Right, now this will then go on top of that. Oh, no, I think that might... No, I do definitely need to take a little bit off that. So let me just get my mini guillotine. I'll take off all that. So that will go there. That will go there. I'll move that down a bit. And that will go that way round. That will go in the middle. Okay, so let's put these two bits on. So eyeball that so that it's in the middle. Just to the edge. A smidge. There we go. And then this one. Nicely along the bottom. Then this I will stick on this way. I'll put it on there. Oh, I can't see there it is, yeah, it is there. And just to make sure, I will put some on here as well. Lovely jubbly, and then that will go bang in the middle on some dimensionals. So I'll have bottom, ooh, there we go, bottom, top, sides, now do I need to put one right in the very middle? Yeah, I will. There we go. I can get the backing paper off. It's funny, sometimes they come off really easily, other times they go, no, I'm going to stay here. Right, so... Oh, that blue one's just a smidge over, but never mind. There we go. So that's that one. So that's up on dimensional, so that gives it a bit of depth. And then I said I was going to put some bling on. I managed to, well, I've had a rummage and see what I've got. And I have actually got some pink ones, which I think belonged to a kit that I can't remember for the life of me which one. So let's just twist that up a bit, get some adhesion at the end there. Now shall I use the tiny ones or the larger ones? Let's use the larger ones. So we'll go in die. See? Shall I go mad and go 5? Let's go mad. Oh, I'll put one there. So, oh, and then again this one, I can put one there. And one there. And one there. There we go. Where's my lid? Can't see my lid. It's the trouble with transparent stuff. Can't see it. Right, there we go. Stick that back there. Put those over there. And there we are. So, that's the 2 cards we've done today. Obviously, you can do them in any colours you like. And I will, as I said, I'll put any measurements that you do need in the description box below. And that's it for now. I think with it coming up to Christmas now, I'm going to go down to 1 video a week, because I get really busy coming up to Christmas because I'm in a choir and I lead worship at church and I do other stuff at church, and it gets very busy this time of year, so 2 videos a week, probably a bit too much. If I can do 2, I will, but generally speaking, I think I shall be doing 1 a week now. But I will start doing some Christmas cards. So I will see you in my next video. Hwyl am y tro.